Are you sick of finding yourself in fairway bunkers and not knowing how to get out? That's exactly what we're talking about today here on Get Good at Golf. I am Chris and we are going to be talking about the shots that we do see from most amateurs and the shots that we want to see from you to help you get good at golf, lower your scores this year from this position exactly here. We have 150 yards into this green here at Providence Golf Club out in Florida. And what we see a lot of the times is, right, we think that's a relatively easy shot. We think that's 150 yards, that is your 8-iron, that is your 6-iron, that is whatever club that you use, and you get that out straight away. And we either end up leaving it in the bunker, thinning it, but just not getting the distance that we want. So from here, normally I would be choosing an 8-iron. So I'd be using my 8-iron here, but I know that I've got to hit that absolutely perfect here today to make sure that I get it out and onto the green. So I'm going to go up a club. Some people would just go up to their 7-iron, but I've gone up 2 clubs. So I've now gone up to a 6-iron. And this for me is where we can start to obviously get a better distance control, start to hit more greens. And the reason I've gone up 2 clubs from here, again, I'm wanting to try and catch this kind of clean out of this. So not thin it, but don't take much sand, because that's often what stops us from getting the distance. So the first thing that I'm going to do at setup is actually go down the club. So go down the club maybe an inch. So that's why I've gone 2 clubs. That's why I've gone from my 7, instead of my 7-iron, I've gone straight from the 8 to the 6. And that's going to help me raise my low point. So that's going to get a little bit higher. Obviously from there, a greenside bunker, what we would normally do is start to get those feet in. Right, I want to get down to the level. But again, all that's going to do for us here is encourage shots just like this. But I don't feel like I've struck it that bad, but it stayed in the bunker. Divot wise, you'd be thinking if that was a greenside bunker, that is a perfect shot. I do apologise, Rob, for sending all that sand straight back into your eyes. So obviously what we've done there is we've caught it heavy. We've caught it before, it's not gone the distance, and that's not going to help us. So what we want to think, the second thing I've done after gripping this club a little bit further down is stay on top of the sand. I'm not trying to get my feet down, because that's going to obviously change that low point. I'm actually wanting to stay on top of that, and then from there we can start to get a better contact. But the opposite shot we start to see from here after we've seen that one there, which is a little bit heavy, it's okay, I'm on top, I've gripped down the club, right, I've got that thin, I've turned that over, but look at my finish position. My weight is back. I've tried to help that up. So I've caught it very thin on the face, and again, I've not got the right launch angle to get me the distance. So we have to still think here. I'm trying to get my weight through. I'm not trying to hit it as hard as possible here. I don't want to see us going obviously at full speed, because a lot of the times what we then do is slip and we don't transfer our weight. So the reason why we've gone up 2 clubs is so we can control that speed. I can control my swing length. I don't have to swing full. I don't have to give it a full hit, so I can keep my control on the ground. I can keep my feet in position. I can then get the club turning into impact. From this position, I can start to return it with the correct dynamic loft. I've still got some forward shaft lean, but again, because I'm on top of the sand, I've gripped down the club, I can start to pick that off nicely and get it going towards my target. So get those checkpoints first. So I need to make sure that I'm not getting my feet in, I'm down around about an inch, and then from there I can control my speed, catch it nice and clean, a tiny divot, but I'm through to my target. That is now going straight towards the flag, and from there we can hit more greens. And if we hit more greens from here, guys, we're going to help to keep your scores down. If we can do that, guys, we're going to lower your scores in 2024 and help you get good at golf.